guys, Jeff here with 3D Reloaded. Been wanting to do this video for a while now. I just wanted to go through all the latest updates and features of the case feeders and for the Hornady Lock and Load AP that we've been sending out. But this stuff, I've been wanting to make this video for a long time. I just haven't had time, so this is going to be a full install video going through all the features and stuff that we've changed since the original video, and we'll get into it here. So first things first, this is everything you're going to get with the standard case feeder setup. Okay, the dish, this card's fairly new, been sending out for a while with latest orders within the last year or so. But on the front of it is just our logo. On the back of it though, if you take a picture of this QR code, it'll take you to a Google spreadsheet with all the calibers that we tested and what drop hole they work the best on. So on this caliber setup, you have a 6-station caliber selector. They're all numbered, what station is which. So you look at the chart and you can see what caliber will run on what drop hole. So tubes, the restrictor plate, this is for 9mm, 380 mainly. That's all I really found that it works with. 2 washers, 2 mounting bolts and knobs. Sticker, as long as we got stickers in stock, we'll send a sticker out with the order. Your pusher comes with 2 different size lower slide sails, one short, one long. So basically the longer one I use for stuff like 30-06, 308, shorter one basically for stuff like 9mm, 223, 40. Basically longer sail, taller piece of brass. The pusher nose also has a embedded nut built into the print, so it won't strip out when you're adjusting it on the adjuster screw there. So, but all right, let's go through setting up this on the press. First things first, we need to put on our lower slide sail on the load ramp. I would make sure before you're putting this on, clean your ramp. I find that if it's gross and it's got a lot of buildup on it, this isn't gonna slide well. So slide that right on there. Okay, and the next piece is gonna be your case feeder. So I get a lot of questions from time to time about whether or not it'll fit on someone's lock and load AP press. Okay, your press needs to have either this long piece with the 2 threaded holes. I've seen some of them with just 2 of pieces bumped out like that. As long as you got one of those models, you're good to go. Okay, so for this, I'll try to get the camera angle better for y'all. For this, line it up with the groove in the bearing down here on the bottom. Okay, and it should line up perfectly with the back. Put your 2 washers on. I'm not going to fit the video here, but I might have to. One of my holes is kind of stripped out a little bit. And when you're doing this, just put it on loose so you get your second one on. Okay. Yeah, that top one's a little stripped out. So when you get it on, you got some play up and down with it, some adjustment. Make sure it's slid all the way up and tighten those down. Okay, and then give it a little test. As long as you're moving, everything's smooth. When you do this, it's going to land on the drop nose just a little bit, your load ramp. But as long as it's not pushing it up like this. Okay, if it's pushing it up like that, you need to slide the whole case feeder up a little bit. So I'll go ahead and put the short lower slide sail on. Test that upper slide. Yeah, it's working great. So now it's time to put our tubes and the dishes on. Okay, so tubes in the dish, okay, should go in fairly snug into the dish, okay? They do not need to go in a long ways, 1/4 of an inch, if that. I just kind of start them in and give them a little wiggle. Back and forth like that. Last one's always the hardest because you don't have any room. So as you can see, they're not too far in. They don't need to be. Okay. Then makes it easy to go into your dish, into your case feeder setup. Just kind of line them all up. Should slide right in there nicely. That should detent nicely. And you're ready to load. Okay. Again, for 9mm, you're going to want to put this up in the dish. Okay. Just goes in, sits down in the holes like that nicely. Okay. I have a 223 shell plate on, so we're going to be running that a little bit here. So today we're going to be running 223. So I'm going to rotate that over to station 5, make sure it's lined up with the drop hole. And we're just going to grab some brass. We're not going to be loading anything, just because I don't have anything set up right now. I got a lot of 223 brass here. Just take a handful. So the way I tend to drop brass too, I tend to drop brass on the side of the dish and let it slide down to the holes. That's going to be the best way to kind of get it so that it's all going to drop nicely. Nothing's going to wonky's going to happen. Okay. And you're off and loading. Whoop. Oh, I forgot to put my spring on. My retaining spring on my plate. That's embarrassing. I was swaging brass earlier and just switched over to this. Yep. So we're good to go now. I got that retaining spring set down in the shell plate. It's running great. This one's ready to rock and roll. So if you find like your pusher's not pushing it far enough in, you can adjust your wheel and your pusher out a little bit. Seems good right there. So there you have it. If you've got any questions about the case feeder, I'm always happy to answer. My email will be down in the link below. We do have a Facebook page. I don't do a whole lot on the Facebook page, but like the channel, follow us on YouTube, and we appreciate your business and happy reloading.